Greetings everyone, Yvonne here, aka The Movie Dude, here to review Star Wars The Force Awakens, directed by J.J. Abrams, starring Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, Oscar Isaac, and Adam Driver, among others. Star Wars Episode 7 starts off 32 years after the events of Return of the Jedi. That was in 1983. And right now, the universe is kind of in a different place, but the evil empire is still controlling a lot of the system. They're still putting the fear of them onto everybody else. The rebels, which are now called the Resistance, are led by General Leia, former princess, and that's pretty much what stays the same. Like I said, it's been 32 years, and even in real time, there's a lot of younger generations who've never heard or maybe heard myths or stories about what happened before. That's where we pick up with the characters of Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron, Finn, which played by John Boyega, and Rey, played by Daisy Ridley. And there's no spoilers. It starts off with them, because these are the new generations, and they all have their different stories and ideals about what's going on in the universe. Some of them have never heard of Luke Skywalker. Some of them know he's a myth. Others know he's this great legend. And it's kind of the way the universe is. And it kind of makes sense because, like I said, it's been 30 plus years. So a lot of people are going to have different stories about it. Obviously, the people who know it are Princess Leia and Han Solo. They're going to know the true story. Everyone else is still fighting for their cause. There's still that war between the rebels or the resistance and the First Order, which was formerly the Empire. And now the Empire, First Order, is led by Adam Driver's Kylo Ren. Let me tell you, he's the guy in the black mask and all that. I had a fear going into this film thinking he was just going to be another Vader ripoff. I can tell you he is not Vader. He is not Darth Vader. He is very different. Again, no spoilers, but if you've seen his red lightsaber in any photos or promotional art, which I don't know how you haven't because it's everywhere, it's kind of jagged and kind of messed up. It's not a perfect blade like you normally see with the other lightsabers. And that's a very good comparison on his personality. He is definitely different. You're going to enjoy him. I enjoyed him. I was pleasantly surprised on how Adam Driver portrayed him. There's other characters in there. Now, I'd like to mention them all, but really, I'd be lying to you if they had big parts in the movie. There's some people who I kind of wish had bigger parts. They were no more than just a cameo, honestly. So I won't touch up on them until I do my spoiler review. But right now, I'd like to say that, again, JJ did it. He was the man to start off this new trilogy. Now, I will say that about 40% of what I was thinking turned out to be true. Theories and ideas and all that. And I would say about the good, let's say the 60% left, I was pleasantly surprised. But that's not even the point. It's the point on how they unfolded the story. I mean, sure, there were some things that you say, hey, okay, well, I kind of knew that was going to happen. But the way it plays out in the story is very organic. It flows through the movie very organically, which I really enjoy because I like to see a good film. Whether a Star Wars fan or not, it's a good film. I really enjoyed it. Again, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed the practical effects. The CGI was great. The only thing that took me back was when you did see the few CGI characters that are there, it almost took me out of the film. Almost. I was still engaged in the story, but they used so much practical effect that when you see a CGI character, you're like, oh, okay, he's computer, which is not a bad thing, but it throws you off because you're so used to seeing one way and then you see the other. But it was necessary for the parts that had to be CGI or the characters. They were necessary. It's a very fun film. I will tell you that. It's a very, very fun film. Uh, is it a perfect film? No, it is not. It is still a movie, which is why I told you when I went into it, I kept my expectations a little bit lower than what I probably could normally do. And it's not a perfect film. It has its flaws. There's moments in there where, you know, they could have not dragged on as much. There's not as much talking as the prequels. Speaking of the prequels, which I don't think I'd like to, but speaking of the prequels, it definitely blew the prequels out of the water. Those movies have nothing to do with this one. It's just it's incredible the difference. There's maybe one or two parts that I felt they could have picked up the speed, but it's a 2 hour and 15 minute movie. You never feel like I'm sitting here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. You want more. And they want you to want more because out of, let's say, the 20, 30 questions that you have answered, not even that many, I'd say probably 15 questions you have answered in the movie, they give you another 100. But you have to realize that this is episode 7 of a new trilogy. So they're going to do episode 8 and 9. So they already, have my attention, and I'm sure the attention of many others. They'll have your attention as well. So if you feel like you're almost unsatisfied by the end, like, wait, who was that guy? Or what did this mean? Or how did this get there? I'd say don't worry, because in a year and a half, we will have episode 8. Yes, in a year and a half. That's incredible. They're already filming it. In a year, we'll have a Rogue One, which is a separate Star Wars movie based in the same universe. And then in a year and a half, we'll have episode 8. So technically, it's not that far away. But getting back to this film, it's very enjoyable. I really enjoyed the film. I enjoyed watching it with everybody. The comedy, it was funny. That was so surprising to me, and I think that's why I had such a good time, because it wasn't all moping and all what's happening. It was funny, and it was naturally funny. It flowed really well, and I know J.J. Abrams is directing. When he directs movies, he likes to put comedy in his movies, but he doesn't put it for the sake of comedy. He puts it for the sake of the character in that situation. And I think he did that really well because, like I said, there's this younger generation who have no idea what's going on. Finn, John Boyega, he is part of the First Order. Um, he kind of gets disillusioned with the First Order and wants to leave it. So obviously he knows nothing more but what the Empire, the First Order, has told him. So him leaving that and joining the adventure with Rey, he's gonna have questions and he's not gonna know exactly what's going on. Rey, on the other hand, who's been on this one planet of Jakku for however many years, she doesn't know much more. She knows that planet and then that's it. I enjoyed all these guys. All the new generation, they were wonderful. They're going to be superstars. I mean, Oscar Isaac is kind of known already, but everyone else is going to be known. It's really good. But Poe Dameron's character, he when he shows up on screen, his chemistry, everybody's chemistry is great, but his chemistry I think was really fun. They're all great. And then the old cast, they're not shoehorned into it as in they're not there for the sake of being there. They actually have an important part in the story, but they're not hung over everyone else, which is what I like because they make sense part of the story. It makes sense when everybody runs into each other. Well, at certain points, everybody runs into each other. It makes sense. It's not just, hey, this is a coincidence. It works. For me, it worked. So to break it all down, Star Wars: The Force Awakens Episode 7 was a fun film, fun adventure film. You don't necessarily need to have seen the originals to enjoy this film. Obviously, it helps, and if you've seen it, you'll understand a lot more. But that's what I loved about it. It had those nuggets of the old, but it has its own story. It is its own story. It's not cookie cutter. It's not an exact replica of Episode 4, A New Hope. It's not. There are nostalgic moments, yes, but you kind of need that. It's a new film. It's a new film in this new trilogy. It's telling this new story, and that's what we needed. We needed something, to look forward to. We didn't need all of the questions answered, even though I personally wanted to know everything. We didn't need to know. So that's why I'm excited for Episode 8, and I want to see Episode 9 already, and those are years away. So it's a fun film. Yeah, I recommend you go see it this weekend at least once. If not next weekend, if you think you could still get tickets by the time I post this, I think you can still get tickets. If not, check it out next weekend. So at the end of the day, I really enjoyed this film. I think you'll enjoy it as well. So my movie dude score for Star Wars: The Force Awakens is an 8.75 out of 10. Yes. You might be surprised. You might say, "Whoa, I thought it was going to be like 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 10." No, like I said, it's not a perfect movie. It is still a movie. It's very enjoyable though. I really enjoyed it. And I was glad that I kept my expectations at a certain level because I would have just put this, and like I know many people who have, they put this movie on another level which it would never reach. It won't reach. No movie is flawless. Every movie has, certain things that you are not gonna like. So if you keep it in check and go in with an open mind, saying, I just want to see a good movie. This is a good movie. I'm not sure yet where it ranks between my other films in the Star Wars series. I'll post that later. But I want to say that this is the best Star Wars film we've had since 1983's Return of the Jedi. So you will enjoy it. Again, let me know what you guys think. And I hope you enjoy this weekend, guys.